Hello. So, do you think we're going to hear the skull chant before each game this year? Probably not. It's going to be so different, so different. But they're going to try to make it work. A couple of teams have already said they're not going to have fans the first home game. Vikings haven't made that official, but I'm thinking it's going to happen that at least the first game they're not going to have fans, although it's the Packers. How can you not have fans, for the Packers? I think you should give the fans a choice. Hey, it's risky, but do you want to watch the Packers and the Vikings? Well, some of them might say yeah. So, welcome to this week in review of the Minnesota Vikings. A lot has happened last week or so. Big news with our star defensive end, Griffen. He is now officially a Dallas Cowboy after months and weeks and months of speculation. It is official. He is now in the Big D. So let's wish him the best, except when he plays us. And it's not unusual for players, to spend a bunch of years with one team, Minnesota, whatever, and then go on to play for someone else. Alan Page, the great Alan Page, he played years with the Vikings and then couldn't come to an agreement on a contract, and then he ended up playing for the Bears. So there you go. So it does happen. Not the end of the world. He is 32. He does have some issues, mental health issues, I should say. So, what can you do? I mean, I think it's going to be the best. I like Ndenabu. I think he's going to come in and bring the heat. I don't think we're going to miss a step. We still have Daniil Hunter. We have a lot of great players on defense. So, it's about playing as a team versus individual stats, as you hear a million times, and I really believe that. So, I'm not too concerned. Tomorrow, they're going to start with padded practices. So now we'll be able to evaluate players as they hit each other. That's a whole nother ball game. So let's watch to see what happens there. Cam Smith, unfortunately, will not play this year due to a heart condition. So that's very unfortunate. But from what I heard with interviews from Coach Zimmer, it's good that they caught it now instead of later. It could have been really a problem if they didn't catch it. No, I guess they caught it after they were doing the COVID test, and now he's not going to play this year. He's not a starter, or he didn't make any big impact last year. But certainly you don't want to see a guy with any kind of a heart issue. Cousins. Is he sporting a mullet in this picture? I'm still trying to it looks like a mullet. Can anyone tell? But let's see what Kirk does this year. Everyone is optimistic. I even saw an article where someone said he could be a dark horse MVP, which that's a bit of a stretch. But that's what they said, that he could be a dark horse MVP. So let's see what happens there. Is it a mullet? That's the question. What else is going on? I don't take notes, so I have to go on memory here. I guess the big thing is we're getting closer and closer to regular season. We're not going to have a preseason. Tomorrow is padded practice. So let's again see what happens. See who starts to rise up to the top. Again, it's a different story when you got pads on and when you're trying to make plays and Dalvin Cook. So Dalvin Cook, it sounds like they're working hard to try to come up with a deal that's going to make sense for Dalvin and for the Vikings. He is going to play this year. I saw his interview and he says, "Look, I play football. I know I'm taking a chance anytime I step on the field, but I play football. So I'm going to play out this year. And if he does well, then someone's going to pay him. If we don't pay him now, is he worth 12 million, 11 million? I heard that they offered 10 million, but he wasn't happy with that. I'd give him 12, for 3 years with some kind of a injury clause of some kind. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I would do something like that. So let's see what happens. No one else is really jumping out at me right now as to who we should watch for. Oh, Pat F-Line, if I can never say his last name right. I guess he's going to move to right guard, which if he couldn't play left guard, why do you think he's going to play right guard? I don't know. But that's in the rumor mill. So let's see if that plays out. And speaking of rumorville, it sounds like Dalvin and Danica are heating up. I have a great source in Minneapolis. He says that he saw that they're horsing around now, and things are getting a little stronger. And also, I heard that Rogers and the great podcaster from Minneapolis, Jade, they're doing well. Been seen together a lot at Starbucks on 5th and Marquette. So let's keep an eye on that. It's all good. It is all good. Looking forward to some kind of a season. Today would have been I don't know if it would have been our first game or certainly a game that the Vikings would have played preseason. So it's kind of frustrating that there's no football on it, because I look forward to preseason to see who's going to be the player to watch, or the Mankato kid, or that the guy that jumps out at, like last year it was Slaughter. Remember Slaughter? How's he doing? If he ever gets a chance and lights it up, the thing that I really liked about Slaughter is he had heart, especially after I saw his interview. The guy had heart. So let's see what he can do if he gets a chance. Was that a player that we should have kept? I don't know. Who knows? But looking forward to this week to see what happens with the padded practices. I will be back for another review, and wish everyone a great week. And as always, Skull.